I just want to take my time, even though the numbers can change. Either I lose people or I gain more people, but I have achieved 100 subscribers. I want to say thank you for all your support. And I know 100 subscribers is no big deal, but to me it is because it tells me there's an audience for anyone. And I'm happy to present these content for you guys. I will continue to develop new content. So thank you for every support. Thank you all. The master plan has more or less finally revealed in this increasingly hype chapter. It's clear that Hara is taking all the time he wants to make the battle greatly significant. The battle cannot be just a battle with lots of blood, guts, and gore. It must have stakes, it must have power of brains, and most importantly, it must have hype. It's been a long time since we got back to Quinn Royal Capital Kanyo and see the reaction from Sei and everyone from the floor room. It's the appropriate timing because it does appear that despite the plan is still taking place before the battle at Gao, it is only a matter of time that the battle will occur. We are preparing ourselves to see everyone's reaction and see how significant Olsen's plan is. Quinn has no idea of what Olsen is planning to do, now that they not only discarded recipe, but so as Shohen-kun's plan. Basically, they are only there to spectate and go with Olsen's flow. Usually they would know the plan beforehand and only there to see if the plan works or not. Now, it's practically a guessing game. It doesn't help that they have no clue on why Olsen is even targeting the other areas. It's an interesting different take on them becoming unaware of anything. It's nothing but presumption. They even thought about Olsen using those areas to gather supplies or mark territories. However, he requested Quinn to no longer send supplies once recipe is reclaimed by Zhao. I would be so lost if I was Sei. It further elaborates on how Olsen is such a sneaky and clever man that even Shohen-kun has a hard time following his plan. When he can't follow, you know Olsen is the real deal. My guess is that this is what Olsen asked him about. The will to use his strategy and discard the former. The mind game has gone to the highest level and maybe, just maybe, Olsen is just one step ahead above all. Shin has either grown huge pairs of Kintama, look it up if you don't know what that means, but maybe you already know that, or he wants to end the series by getting axed when he asks Olsen on what the hell is he doing. It's true that everyone else wants to ask the same thing, though it is wise to don't ask the almighty one. It took Shin to step up and confront Olsen. The next page gives me chills. Olsen gets closer to Shin and his focus shifts directly at him as if he's about to execute him. The whole page is none but reaction, leaving a haunting feeling. It is nerve-wracking and he didn't do any fighting yet. It's the example of how a present can be just as frightening, if not worse. The key point is Olsen actually stares at Oki's glaive, reminding that it is part of the family. That leaves a possible hint that he will return back to Shin about that glaive. I don't know if he's bothered by it, or that had he changed his mind before, he could have done something to Shin. It's hard to draw a conclusion when you can't read his face entirely. His cold eyes are only suggestive at best. It is possible since the topic quickly and abruptly shifts back to Olsen explaining the plan and how much time they have left. Once the news broke out that recipe is now reclaimed by Zhao, there's no other option to go back home. This is the final nail in the coffin. Now they must fight and win to go home. Olsen still insists to target all areas in divided armies to get the process run faster. It slowly builds up the tension, and now that they have no exit, the intensity will continue to increase. War is coming. It's intriguing to know that Yotanwa versus Kosonyu has yet made a move, though I wonder the latest development will force the mountain tribe to make a move sooner. It could be another mind game that perhaps it will be Kosonyu and his men to make their move instead. It's gripping because you don't know if we should expect intense action or something else will occur. Zhao still maintains to think that they have the upper hand, so that's good for Quinn. So long they don't recognize the plan, is all favoring to Quinn. The art is pretty solid when it comes to reaction and present. As I said before, the page with Olsen approaching to Shin is bone chilling. It's the work of art when you can just have a standoff to make you feel chills. The panels do a pretty good job to fill you in the significance of this presence. When it wants to let you know how important it is, you can feel the impact. If you're one of the people that feel like you need Kyokai in your life, and I don't blame you, well, I got good news. She's in this chapter. In fact, she manages to figure out the plan before anyone else. That's a hell of a reappearance. To be the one to figure it out is a huge feat when it comes to understanding Olsen altogether. She calls the citizens as Locusts. And as it does sound strange at first, that's when they start to look at the ground again, only to realize what she meant. The pages with nothing but locusts send a strong impact, as if we finally get the picture. There are so many people there that Zhao has to react and bring them to their city, wherever it may be. As stated in the last chapter review, the plan is to gather thousands of citizens and have them drain Zhao resources. It's pretty much confirmed that's the idea. Even when one guy was saying that they can't go to north due to a possible battle, so they detour to east. Olsen is a madman genius. I can't even fathom on how clever this is. I'm in awe. The cliffhanger hypes me up to see the day when all preparation are done, and it only boosts up when Rebiko arrives to the capital. If I recall correctly, the dumbass king should be there. Once the news breaks about people moving to one area and taking all the resources, they all are going to flip. I hope the king will fall and break once he receives it. It's a chapter that continues to show the prowess of Olsen. From no one at Kanyo can read his plan to his master plan going well accordingly. It's hard not to be amazed. The preparation for war is almost over, and if one can't see it, it's a total annihilation that they will clearly see it. I'm giving this chapter an 8. And now we're going to see the king again. I can't say I'm hyped to see him again. And I know he's going to react negatively. He's going to put a blame on Rebiko. I will bet you on that. I could see that happening, and I just, yeah, I don't like the king. Isn't that surprising? What are your thoughts of this chapter? Is there no end to Olsen's being so awesome? From present to his master plan, it's just hard to not to be amazed at this point. Once he has an action scene, he will be the definition of amazing. I guess it does run in the family, but then again, there's Ohan. There is a golden week next week, so therefore no chapter for next week. What can you do? And that will do it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.